The fluorescent lights of my cubicle hummed, a constant reminder of the monotony of my life. I'm 28, male, and stuck in the 9-to-5 grind. Not a glamorous existence, but I'm a planner, a pragmatist. Savings account growing steadily, a modest apartment, and dreams of a quiet, comfortable future. My girlfriend, let's call her G, was the opposite. A whirlwind of vibrant energy, she thrived on attention. Parties were her playground, social media was her stage. Initially, her extroverted nature balanced my introversion, but lately, her insatiable need to be the center of attention has begun to grate on me. The tipping point arrived one Friday night. G had invited me to meet her friends, a group I'd encountered briefly at her birthday party months ago. They were loud, flashy, and frankly intimidating. G insisted I come, claiming they were dying to get to know me. Hesitant, I eventually agreed. We arrived at an upscale bar downtown. I'd dressed as best I could, a crisp shirt, dark jeans, nothing flashy. G, however, was a vision in a mini dress and heels that screamed, "Look at me!" From the moment we walked in, I felt out of place. Her friends were a whirlwind of overpriced cocktails, boisterous laughter, and incessant selfie-taking. I tried to engage, to listen to their stories, to make conversation. I even bought a round of drinks, trying to fit in. But my efforts were met with indifference. The conversation revolved around extravagant vacations, designer purchases, and tales of wild nights out, a world far removed from my own. G, however, was in her element. She laughed, flirted, and seemed to forget I was even there. The atmosphere shifted when one of her friends, a man who looked like he spent more time at the gym than at work, made a snide comment. "Beer? Really? That's so pedestrian," he sneered. G erupted in laughter, not a polite chuckle but a full-on, mean-spirited guffaw. "Well, that's Mark for you," she announced, her voice dripping with disdain. "He's just boring like that." My blood ran cold. Did she just say that? Another of her friends chimed in, "Cheap too." He didn't even get the top-shelf vodka. "Come on, G, you could do better." Humiliation washed over me. I looked at G pleadingly, hoping for a defense, a reassuring smile. But she simply shrugged, a smirk playing on her lips. "I know, right?" she said, her voice laced with amusement. "He's such a budget guy." The dismissal, the blatant disrespect, all played out in front of people I barely knew. I excused myself, retreating to the bar under the guise of taking a phone call. In reality, I was trying to regain my composure, to process the sting of her words. When I returned, G was still holding court, laughing and chatting as if nothing had happened. I tapped her on the shoulder. "Can we talk for a minute?" I asked quietly. She rolled her eyes. "What is it? Can't it wait? We're having fun." "No," I said firmly. "It can't." Reluctantly, she followed me outside. The cool night air offered a stark contrast to the suffocating atmosphere inside the bar. "What's your problem?" she snapped, crossing her arms. "My problem?" I repeated, my voice low but steady. "You just insulted me in front of your friends, called me boring and cheap. Do you even realize how disrespectful that was?" She scoffed. "Oh, come on, don't be so sensitive. It was just a joke. They're my friends. I have to keep things light." "Light?" I echoed, incredulous. "At my expense. You didn't even defend me when they called me cheap." "Well," she said, tilting her head, "you kind of are. I mean, look at where we're at. You could have at least ordered something decent." The sheer entitlement in her tone made my blood boil. "Wow," I said, shaking my head. "You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I am cheap. Cheap with my time, my effort, and my respect, because clearly you don't deserve any of it." Her eyes widened. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying we're done," I said, my voice like steel. "Right here, right now." She laughed nervously. "You're kidding." "No," I said, turning to leave. "I'm not." I walked away without looking back. By the time I reached home, my phone was ablaze with texts and missed calls from G. At first, they were angry, demanding, "You're overreacting. Come back and apologize. Stop being so dramatic." Then came the pleading, the desperate pleas for forgiveness. "Please, I didn't mean it. I was just trying to impress them. I love you." I ignored them all. The next day, she showed up at my apartment unannounced. She was holding a coffee, her usual peace offering, and wearing her best "I'm sorry" smile. "I messed up," she began, her voice soft and sweet. "I shouldn't have said those things. Can we talk?" "No," I said flatly. "We can't. You showed me who you were last night, and I believe you." Her expression hardened. "So that's it? You're just throwing away 2 years?" "I'm not throwing anything away," I said. "You did that the moment you prioritized impressing your friends over respecting me." She glared at me, then stormed off, muttering something about me being pathetic. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. A week later, rumors started circulating. Mutual friends approached me, their faces grave. G was spreading lies, claiming I'd cheated on her, that I was controlling, even that I'd stolen money from her. None of it was true, but the damage to my reputation was real. My name was Mud. That's when I decided to fight back. I compiled screenshots of her texts, her admissions of her behavior, along with messages from her friends mocking me. Then I posted everything online, along with a detailed account of what had happened. The post went viral. People were appalled by her actions. Many of her friends turned on her. She tried to do damage control, but the more she denied, the more evidence I provided. Her lies unraveled quickly. She lost several friends. Her job found out about the drama, and her once perfect image was shattered. Meanwhile, I moved on. I focused on my career, reconnect with old friends, and even start dating again. Looking back, breaking up with G was the best decision I ever made. So if you're ever in a relationship where you're disrespected or undervalued, remember, you don't have to put up with it. Walk away. And if they try to destroy your reputation, don't hesitate to defend yourself.